As a professor, have you ever wondered what the accommodation process is at Durham College? This video will walk you through the steps and share some best practices from faculty. Did you know we have a legal duty to accommodate post-secondary students on a number of grounds, including disability through the Human Rights Code and Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act? This is why the DC Access and Support Centre, ASC, exists. So, what is the process for a student to receive an accommodation? Step 1. The student visits ASC and provides the necessary medical documentation that outlines their specific restrictions and/or limitations based on their diagnosis. Step 2. A file review is completed by an ASC counselor who is a faculty member and a licensed psychotherapist who has expertise in disability and accommodations. The file review process examines medical reports, the academic environment, and the functional limitations. Then the counselor recommends academic accommodations. Accommodations are meant to ensure equal access to educational opportunities as per human rights law. Following the file review, the student is then assigned an accessibility coach. Step 3. A meeting is conducted with the student, the support system members, if applicable, and the accessibility coach. The student and program needs are discussed and recommended accommodations reviewed. Students are made aware that accommodations cannot interfere with the essential requirements of a course or program. The accessibility coach develops a confidential student access plan that lists the approved academic accommodations based on the current impact. The student may need to make an appointment with other services, such as an assistive technologist. With the student's permission, ASC will email each of the student's professors with a faculty version of the access plan. The faculty version only contains information pertinent to the classroom environment. Are you wondering what to do when you receive an access plan? A best practice would be to review the accommodations and think about how they apply to the activities and assessments in your course. If you don't know what to do about a particular accommodation or are unsure how the accommodations apply to your course, you can talk to an ASC coach. They're here for you too. Are you wondering how you can support a student with an access plan?
I try and get my students to understand that their learning plan is really empowering because the plan allows them to help shape their learning to best suit their needs. I always like to look ahead in the semester, and if we have a test coming up in week 6, I like to send out an email and remind students that if they do need that extra time on a test, we can book them into the test center.
I'm always careful about how my actions can impact the student's success and privacy. It's important to be positive in your approach, and I always email the students one-on-one.
When I receive an accommodation plan, I invite the student to meet with me via email or in person to discuss any questions they have about the accommodations in my class.
If you have concerns that the accommodation interferes with the essential learning requirements of the course or program, contact your ASC accessibility coach to discuss, not the student. Remember, the essential learning requirement is not based on a perception of what is an acceptable practice in industry, but what is described in your course learning outcomes and program learning outcomes. Thank you for playing a role in the support that our students receive at Durham College.